they have to listen to every single word that our hosts and our guests say. And I know we can talk really fast sometimes, so I wanted to say thank you. They're helping everybody with their, if they have a hearing impairment, or maybe they just like to have the volume down and just read what we're talking about. So it's a really tough job, and they're highly skilled professionals. So I just wanted to say, behind the scenes, thank you so much to them. I have deep, deep respect and gratitude. Okay, we're talking about MarlaWynne, the printed Ponte stretch pant. Now, when we're talking about a print, it's a very soft, subtle, I don't even want to call it plaid. It's like a tweed and a herringbone kind of had a baby and made this print. The colors are the dark gray. This is called olive gray. Okay, olive gray with the black, right? And here's the darker gray. And instead of this being a true black, it's actually an inky blue. You can wear it with black, because a man on a galloping horse is not going to be able to tell that that is not black. I mean, just glance at it. You might even not feel that you agree, and you might even think that it's not a blue contrast, but that's the color that it actually is, an inky blue. And then this is called dark olives. This is olive gray, this is dark gray. Okay, both of them will go back to black, both of them will go back to actually gray, if you think about it, with these two gorgeous charcoaly colors, and then this more of an olive, but the contrast is a very nice inky gray here. $39.90. So there are about 1,100 of these available. It's machine wash, dry flat. We start out at size 2 and go all the way to 24 women's. Marla has a huge following. She is also very tuned into leggings versus jeggings versus jeans versus trousers. She has a pair of pants that her mother nicknamed Flatter Fit. The name stuck. We've had them as multiple times as today's special. She's totally obsessed with how they look on you, and this is a variation on her famous pants to the stretch printed Ponte. And normally at $89, if you could even find them, you'd be like, oh my gosh, these are my favorite pants. Then it's $69. Here at HSN, you'd feel the same way. Right now at $39 with the 3 flex payments of about $13 a month, you've got a hybrid between a pair of straight leg trousers and a pair of leggings. But there's a heftiness to this, there's a hardiness to the hand of these pants. So no show through, definitely a very voluptuous kind of fabric that has a lot of resilience and that is form-fitting without being too tight, right? So again, you don't feel like you're vacuum sealed into your clothes. It gives you a lot of stretch, a lot of flexibility, and no resistance. Okay, those are a lot of words to describe only something that you can feel. So get these on and decide once you do feel this. We have Missy's or women's, as I just mentioned. They are made in the United States. And the combination, for those of you who are fabric fans, is 68% rayon, and 27% nylon, which is one of the reasons why when you wear them, they really stay their shape. And then 5% spandex, which is what gives it that stretch. Got some pockets in the back. Here is, I think, a really tailored look. Leggings, I love them, you love them too, but sometimes you want something that has the belt loop. Sometimes you want something that has the pockets and that has a little more structure to it. There is a working fly and button here at the top, so it's not a total pull on. You do have the fly, but it's not like you're gonna have to do a lot of work to get these on. It's just a quick up and out you go. What would you wear with these? Gorgeous. The Iman cape, of course, or any of Marla's toppers. This vest from Lycée would be great. We've had a lot of great tops that would go back to this. They're going, so if you want them, try them on before they're sold out. The inseam on these are 31¼ inches. Very nice. I remember the day we launched these. They were super popular. We have that final 1,000 right now. Today, you're going to experience until 2 o'clock HSN being broadcast to you live. Then our crew and our hosts and our guests get to spend time with their family. Helen and Robin are gonna be taking you shopping throughout the next, all day Christmas and later on tonight. But before the clock strikes midnight tonight, you can still do your free shipping on clearance purchases of $75